Welcome to my morning report on Thursday the 6th of August with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Handtech Markets. The European trading session is pretty neutral actually, fairly flat, nothing too much doing yet. DAX is slightly higher, FTSE slightly lower, FTSE being impacted by a raft of ex-div companies, certainly BP taking several points off the index today. So that is one of the reasons why FTSE is underperforming again. But general sentiment is fairly neutral actually. It's pretty much mixed because what we've had in the last couple of days is Fed members coming out with a range of views really on potential for a September rate hike. Dennis Lockhart, for example, stating that September was very much on the table, and then subsequently Jerome Powell, another voting member on the FOMC, less effusive about a potential rate hike for September. So mixed views there, and also mixed data that we've seen out of the States. So it still seems to be that there's a lack of real decisiveness in the trading. Slight element of dollar strength, you would argue. You've got the dollar, which is slightly stronger across the week, and you can certainly see this rebound in the 10-year Treasury yield, which has certainly helped that push higher in the dollar. But generally speaking, I think the fact is that with commodity prices still falling, this is the oil price, and also copper price is still moving lower. This is sort of being a drag on sentiment generally for the markets, and that is tending to sort of hold back these equity markets, and the sentiment is not all that positive. Although it's interesting because I'll show you in my chart today, which is the DAX, that the European markets are actually performing pretty well, but certainly the FTSE is lagging on that front. Now, in terms of what we've got to look out for today, big news really is the Bank of England has a trio of announcements to make. First of all, basically what it's going to do now is sort of amalgamate the Bank of England, its meeting minutes along with its rate statement, and also giving the quarterly inflation report as well. So this is dubbed Super Thursday by the market, and we're seeing today what we've got is monetary policy and the Bank of England meeting minutes, which monetary policy not expected to move, but the minutes could provide a lot of interest, potential for two dissenting voices, maybe even three. The two normal ones that market is expecting are Martin Wheal and Ian McCafferty, but there is also the potential for David Miles, who this is his last meeting and he could go out with a bit of a bang and vote for a rate hike. So it'll be interesting to see how the minutes come out. But also there's the quarterly inflation report as well, which gives growth and inflation projections for the Bank of England. So quite a lot going on. That's at 12 o'clock today. So you could have quite a fair amount of volatility for sterling through around that period. So in front of that, we've also got the UK industrial production numbers, forecast to come in at 2.2 on the year-on-year basis, so that is a slight improvement, so that would be a positive for sterling. And then into the afternoon we've got the US weekly jobless claims 273, so very slightly higher from last month, but still a strong number. That would be showing continued improvement in the US labour market. So that's the data, and that takes me on to my chart of the day, which is the DAX. Now, the DAX has been on this nice strong rally in the last week or so, but look at this fib level, and it's testing right up against this fib level today, slightly higher, but basically it's been sort of buzzing around higher and lower around that fib level at 11,640, which is really interesting. 11,640, look at how often these fib levels have provided the turning point in this in the DAX. Certainly caught that May low, caught the June high, the 50% level caught the June low. Sorry, excuse me. And now a bit of a consolidation around this 23.6% level again. So these fib levels do have an impact on this on the DAX at the moment. So this could be a bit of a consolidation that we've got at the moment. We need to see this rally continuing, but I'm fairly positive though, because I'll show you. This is the CAC. CAC is quite a similar chart to the DAX. If I just move it to there, you can see that actually move it there, see that it's actually broken out above the equivalent highs of July and May, just slightly consolidated a bit today, but those two highs, resistance highs, are being broken on the CAC, and it certainly looks like, I think, on the DAX is likely to follow suit with that. So those highs come in equivalent on the DAX on 11,800 and 11,920. So those are two resistance levels immediately overhead on the DAX that we need to take out, but it certainly looks like it's building for a breakout. The momentum indicator is increasingly positive, stochastics rising nicely, RSI pushing on, and the MACD lines sort of turned higher around neutral, interestingly enough, as well. So certainly if it can push above this 23.6% fib level and push on towards the resistance levels, it looks like a breakout could well be seen, and that would reopen the highs once again of 12,389. So initially a bit of a consolidation, but this is the hourly chart, but you can see that the momentum indicators are strong, slightly overstretched a little bit on the hourly. You might see a bit of a pullback. It's possible, but certainly this DAX run higher is pretty strong, backed by momentum indicators, so it's a good run. So buying into weakness seems to be the way to play the DAX at the moment. So I wish you good luck in your trading on DAX today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.